I'm glad you could join us. First of all, we owe an apology to all those who came to regularly depend on the opinions in these podcasts. Unfortunately, we have a problem in our country with professionalism at all levels. The professional assistance that was previously given to these podcasts just collapsed in a most strange way and without notice. One of the reasons for doing these podcasts was that I believed that I needed to find a way to get my message out without having to depend on others for the technology and for the execution. But as simple as it seems, all is not that simple. Anyway, here goes again, and let us hope that now this is the real thing. The need to have your own information system in this country is now more urgent and apparent than ever. On Tuesday, the 24th of July, 2007, the respective newsrooms of the Nassau Guardian and the Tribune were informed that the two companies had entered into a joint operating agreement to share resources, but that there would still be separate editorial staffs. Behind the scenes, there is another story. What we know is that Charles Carter, the former PLP MP, made a dramatic and unexpected resignation announcement on Sean McQueenie's Sunday talk program, and the speculation began that the Tribune was buying the Guardian. The Tribune has existed since 1903, and the Guardian since 1844. Now the companies talk about an operating agreement and joint purchases. They use the word merger and not takeover. Whatever they want to call it, the move is clearly anti-competitive. Eileen Caron, the Tribune's publisher with all her political prejudices, will end up being the chairman of the board of the new entity, and Emmanuel Alexiou, its deputy chair. Mr. Alexiou is the chair of the Kalina Group that owns the Guardian. Now, in pure economic terms, it probably makes sense for them. It has been clear for some time that there are too many newspapers in the Bahamas for the size of this market. Something had to give. The merger or operating agreement then is consistent with what has been going on in other countries and in other large cities with newspapers. In political and public policy terms, though, it is a disaster. The PLP was already at a disadvantage in terms of the media. Now the situation is, on the face of it, worse. The urgency that we've been speaking about since I entered public life a generation ago about a means of getting one's own message out becomes even more urgent. Purely and simply, what you now have is the F&M controls the media in the Bahamas in its entirety. The Tribune now controls both major dailies and 4 radio stations, and they are about to get a TV license from the government. The move is anti-competitive, and while it may be good for the shareholders of the companies, it is not good for the country. There are reports that it is the Tribune who's been losing money and wanting to sell. There are reports that this is just the Guardian getting professional expertise, and really it is the Guardian that is supplying the money. In every crisis, there is opportunity, and one hopes that Wendell Jones, who runs the Bahama Journal, a distant third in the dailies, will now rise to the occasion. There is also a report that the down-market Punch, also F&M in its editorial stance, has been given a part of the official Gazette as well. The Gazette is the official publication for government notices. There goes the neighborhood. Imagine that this sleazy newspaper, filled with untruths and lies, is about to become an official publication. I'm deeply concerned about it. More than ever, I want to develop this forum because there are plenty of Fred Mitchell haters out there. And if I depend on them, then, to be even-handed, I'll certainly die a quiet death, and a quick one. Thank you for joining me this time, and we'll see you again next time.